Morning everyone. Show you what we're doing today. Okay, he's getting water in his basement, so we're going to dig this down 6 inches all the way around the windows. We're going to slope it down to here. We're going to take some of this out. We have power line, so we're going to try to stay away from that. Then from about here we're going to do a French drain all the way over there, dig it down about 3 feet, and then we're going to make a big holding pond. See, I started doing, taking some meat out of here. That's about the height there I want. I'm going to set the transit up over here, and I'm going to set you guys up over here, and I'll just work away.
Alright, I figured this job was going to be about a 3-day job, and the weather wasn't too bad at this point, so I started to work. And lo and behold, when I start working, I'm going to find a big surprise. Never guess what it is. If you can, let me know in the comments. But I figured I was going to be here 3 days shaping this property and putting in drywell. But right here, if you can see right behind the machine, you will see that I found a clean out. Yep, you heard me right. So this guy's getting water in his basement because his backyard's probably 4 feet lower than the street. As you can see in behind me there, the neighbor's 2 feet higher. So the city came in, designed them a dry well, but we found a dry well already in place. And what do we do? So he's already got an issue, but the dry well that's there is not working. So when I found it, I called the customer, and he came, and I showed him what we had here. So we thought we'd dig around it and see what actually we had. So they have 2 cement infiltrators, and it was full of water. And so here we decided to dig a hole 5 feet deep to see what we had. We went 5 feet deep, and all we are finding is clay. Well, clay will not let water through it, so we have an issue.
Good morning everybody. We're back here at this job again. I was hoping that the water would have dissipated, but it did not. So we've got water in the hole still. Oh well, we'll have to deal with it. All right, we'll get the excavator started and warmed up and get back at her.
So when we found the other dry well, I suggested to the customer that we stop doing what we're doing and he can pump out through the clean out. But he chose not to do that. He chose to make the dry well much bigger. Went from 3 by 3 by 40 to 5 feet deep by 9 feet wide by 40. So we significantly made it bigger. So here I am clearing out the clay. I believe I hauled 12 load of clay out of this place. And we dropped the backyard down about 8 inches. And then we dug the big hole for the dry well. Like I say, it was 9 feet wide, 5 feet deep, about 40 feet long.
Good morning. So I've got a load of rock dropped off there behind me, and I thought about bringing it back here, and I opted not to. I just thought it'd be better use a skid steer and bring it into the back. So I'm going to move the excavator out of the way, and then we're going to start filling the hole. 2 load. I still got a bunch of topsoil to pull out of here as we go, but I needed a ramp to get in there. I wasn't sure how I was going to bring the rock in, and I think the skid steer was the right decision. I bought a tarp. I've got to come up with a better idea than this. Tarp is not the answer. I've got an idea. Alright, we're going to get another load of rock. The last load for today. This job kind of got a lot bigger than it was supposed to be when I was digging earlier on.
Thank you. I'll be back here for another one in a bit.
When I priced this job, he wanted a dry well, and the city had come in and designed him a dry well that was 40 feet long, 3 feet wide, 3 feet deep. And we found a dry well already when I started moving some dirt around, because we're lower in the property in the back, so it's lower than the rear windows. And when we did that, we found a dry well already in place. So we're just expanding on the dry well than what is there, and we've made it much bigger. And the unfortunate part is there's lots of clay, and he still may have to pump out at some point. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Alright, he's going to give me 7 ton, and this guy's pretty good. He generally loads the bucket on the corner, and he's gentle, so pretty good that way. Does 2 scoops for 7 ton. This is 3/4 to 1.25 clean. Thank you, sir. You have a great weekend, and you do a great job. Thanks.
I like to think so.
Well, if you're going to do a job, you might as well do it good, eh?
Well, I've been in movies too long.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, that is load number 6 for today. So we've got 6 loads of 0 or 3/4 to 1.25 inch, and that's going to probably tie us up. So that's a good thing. We'll get this moved into the hole, and then we're going to call it a day for today, and come back next week and finish up shaping up the yard to what he needs. Put a little fabric down, get things moving around, and making it look a lot better. So thank you for coming on. We'll show you some more here after a bit. That's $1,000 that I paid out. All right, we're going to head back to the job, dump this load, and take the skid steer and put it in the hole. I'll clean up the rock that's there next week, It's 2:35. By the time I get that all moved and hooked back to the trailer, we're gonna call her a day. I'm back on the job site this morning, and we're getting the pad ready. We've got the rock in. I'm going to put some fabric down, put a little rock on it to hold it. Got that dug out a little bit for the berm. I got to dig a little more here for the berm. I'm going to put some fabric down first, to scoot the dirt over to it, right over to that tree. And I'm going to dig some of that side out as well and change the slope of it, and we'll add some topsoil later. So we're just going to get everything prepped, and hopefully we can get the topsoil here tomorrow.
Well, I thought I had the property shaped like he wanted it, and he wanted it cut down more. He's really scared for the water to come to his house, so now we're going to cut her down some more on this back side. guys haven't seen this little rig here, my back wheelbarrow, what's your thoughts? I bought it, thought maybe just flip it, sell it. This is the first job I used it, and it seems to work pretty good. So I think I'm going to keep it. Yeah, we're just going to put some material in the back alley for a berm. Let's see how that works out. We're using the clay, hoping that it will hold the water back from the neighbor's downspout. It is a pretty good little rig. You can get into pretty tight places. And we're going to work our way in the very front here. Build ourselves a berm. This place is pretty clunky and chunky, so we'll see how we make it with it. Well, while I'm raking up some of this big clumpy stuff, I want to thank you all for joining in and watching this video. This is part 1. Part 2 will be coming down the line, and some interesting things happen. So hope you all stick with it, and wait till the next video and see what excitement we get into with this job. It's the everlasting job. Anyway, thank you very much for coming along, and appreciate you watching. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that like button. Until the next adventure.